How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a video on two weapons, the Darkest Before and the Adjudicator. Both weapons that will be being updated and either introduced or reintroduced to the Prophecy Dungeon. So, main weapon I used today was the Darkest Before. This is a weapon that after the March 5th update will be getting two things. Its element will switch to Solar from Arc, and it will be gaining the Origin trait. Give me 2 moments here while I find it. Crossing Over. Both of these will now gain this Origin trait as they're coming from the Prophecy Dungeon. So, Crossing Over. These weapons have increased range and handling on the top half of the magazine, while rounds on the bottom half deal increased damage. It's essentially a high-impact reserves style perk, except in the top half, instead of it just being there, you get increased range and stability, and then an increased damage at the latter half. That is a very good Origin trait. Adjudicator will be coming back into the game for the first time, and it'll be getting not only this Origin trait, but it'll be staying as a 600 kinetic primary. I am hoping it gets perks like Dynamic Sway, Killing Wind, for PvP, and then for PvE, Kinetic Tremors, maybe Shoot to Loot, something interesting, something that gives it a uniqueness that some other SMGs don't have. Darkest Before is gaining Solar, so going forward, pairing it with the Path of the Burning Steps may be a very viable option on Titan. And you pair that with the current seasonal Origin, trait here, Flint Striker. Rapid precision hits grant you Radiant. So, after the March 5th update, you'll get yourself a Darkest Before, as it will be a very good pulse, even better than it is now. So, before we go into the match here, I would like to go ahead and say this. About 86.4% of my viewers are unsubscribed, so if you're new here and you're enjoying the content, please drop a subscription, as that does help me out. I'm aiming to try and hit 500 subscribers by the end of February. We have about 6 days left in the month, so if you don't mind dropping a subscription and sharing it with your friends, and if they enjoy the content, and then we'll reach that goal ever so quicker. Now, with that being said, my usual question here to the viewers, what perks would you like to see on both of these weapons? I assume Darkest Before is getting Incandescent, perhaps even Heal Clip. Let me know what you'd like to see on both of these, and once the March 5th drops, or the March 5th update drops, if you'd like to come back here and say what perks combinations you are using after the update, go ahead and do that. And with that, I'll put you into the match. It was a 57 kill game on Meltdown, but before I do that, I'd like to also segue my Discord. I have successfully created it. The link will be down below if you'd like to join. Go ahead and invite your friends in as well. The more the merrier. And if you see something that you'd like me to add in there, there is a channel for you to put any suggestions or requests. And then with that, we can create a more unified and streamlined server. And then I'll put you into the gameplay now. Have a good day. Alright, we got a match on Meltdown here. Gonna be using Darkest Before and the Year 1 Adjudicator. Just kind of using them because I know that we're now getting revamped and refreshed versions of them from the Prophecy Dungeon. The Adjudicator being one of the weapons that is coming into the dungeon, and the Darkest Before getting an element type change and an Origin trait. The heck was that? So it didn't freeze, and then it did freeze, and then it... So it didn't, and then froze. Stasis is weird. It doesn't always work. twice. No. I'm getting down. I'll wait. That's a wrist runner. And I missed too many shots. Glad I ducked. That sounds like a core knock. Gonna wait. Full shield. There we go. So since he's got Risk Runner on, I'm not going to use the Darkest Before on him. I'm just going to use the Adjudicator on him. If he was running something else and or the Darkest Before here was Solar, I would use it on him. But as we still have to wait a few weeks before we get that change, I'm not going to start shooting the Risk Runner as best as I can. Throw my barricade here, watch and wait, see what they do, throw that down. Okay. The enemy's farther out than I was in. Well, as far out as I was expecting them to be. All things considered. Alright, since I'm not trying to use the relics a whole lot, I'll just give it to my teammate here. Help clear up any kind of excess on the map that doesn't need to be there. Switch to this SMG, gun them down. Check on my teammates, make sure that they're alright. I'm gonna go farther out so I can turn around and get a better line of sight. Okay. Saw one. He's dead. I'm gonna watch the stairs now. There we go. Okay, thank you, teammate. Alright, take the bow out. Watch the right. Gotta back away. But I know that they're most likely going to push in, or they're going to wait for me to push out to them. So as long as I keep dealing damage, we're good. That is unfortunate, but we played it pretty good there, considering we ran out of medals just by playing smart. Okay, we're gonna go outside, as that's most likely where the enemy's gonna be next. There's the bow. I want to get in forward far enough to not have to fight the bow at that distance. I then also want to make sure I'm watching for anybody that's coming around me, like this guy. But I have to be sure I'm watching the bow to make sure I don't get into his area of play. Now I also have to be careful behind me. Alright, now they should be on this side, so I can go here, watch for the enemies, and start picking away at them one by one. Okay. As long as I put some damage on them, I'm doing what I need to do. They're going to be shifting spawns here in a brief moment. At least they should be. I figure as long as I waste enough of the golden gun to where he should be out of it by the time he gets anywhere, we're good. Watch the outside. Watch for the super. But also watch for other targets. Exactly. Unfortunately, they were spawning split on me, so I couldn't quite do as much as I wanted to there. I'm gonna die to that if I'm not careful. Need to make sure I wake my aim back up, because it's kind of dying again here. Trying to dig my hand into the table too much. I can't move it as fast. Alright. Let's go ahead and keep pushing forward. There was a whack interaction there between Stasis Titans, but Stasis Titan is like that, so completely to be expected. Alright, one more back here. Excellent. Watch out for that. No, he's gonna push forward. Unfortunately, I didn't get the melee to connect. But I don't think the melee would have in that scenario either way, so... regardless, not bad. Watch top, and then kind of just blink between left and right. We push forward, I just need to watch at power, and just kind of watch to see where everybody else is moving. That way I know where to have my gun aimed to try and get kills. Unfortunately, I didn't win that. I needed to move back a bit faster than I did there. Come on. Let me slide, game. Which of my teammates are you going after? And... no. Did my melee not connect and then the teammate got a body shot with a hand cannon on that? That would make sense. Ah, the slight elevation change is what killed it there. Alright, Striker Titan, you following me around because you think I know where the enemies are? I mean, you've got the right idea, but I don't always know where they're at all times. Unfortunately, I didn't finish my kills like I needed to there. Alright, throw the grenade. Wait a minute. Turn around. Still there. Excellent. Let's take our enemy out. Okay. We should be seeing a couple more relics here, I think. But that's not good. That's 3 of them. I was able to take 1, which is nice. Alright. From here, I can either use the spear to finish the match quicker, or I can go for a couple more gun kills. I think I'm gonna try and go for a couple more gun kills if I possibly can. Yeah, at least got 1 more. Can I get you from here? Nope, sniper got me. Either way, GG's, well played match. Played that smart on my part for using the weapons that I had. Probably 50 kills. Almost 60. I call that dubs. That was a well-played match.